What if I told you that thousands of women aged 60 and above are throwing away their walking shoes and getting better results from the comfort of their living room chair? It sounds crazy. But Dr. Michael Chen, a leading orthopedic surgeon at Johns Hopkins, recently released findings that are turning the fitness world upside down, especially for women over 60. He followed 2,850 women aged 65 and older over several years. What he found was so unexpected that it changed the way he works with every single one of his patients. Women who performed targeted chair exercises showed a 73% improvement in mobility. For those over 81, the numbers were even more striking. And perhaps the most surprising finding of all: these women were actually building muscle. More muscle than the group that was out walking every day. Dr. Chen described it as the most overlooked fitness breakthrough for women in their senior years. Most doctors still aren't telling their female patients about this, and pharmaceutical companies don't want you to hear this, because these movements have been shown to cut the need for pain medication by up to 64%. Stick around, because the number one exercise on this list is the one that will change everything. A Stanford study found it rolled back 15 years of muscle aging in just 12 weeks in women who had never set foot in a gym. And you can do it right from your sofa while your favorite show is on. Before we dive in, how many of you ladies are watching this right now? Leave a comment below and let us know where you're tuning in from. We personally read and respond to every single comment. Okay, let's get into it. Exercise 3. Seated Russian Twists. The name might raise an eyebrow, but the results speak for themselves. The seated Russian twist is one of the most effective core exercises available to women over 60, and it works in a completely different way than the crunches most people grew up doing. Where crunches only hit the surface-level ab muscles, this movement reaches deeper. It targets your obliques, the muscles running along your sides that power every twisting and turning motion, as well as the transverse abdominis, the deep stabilizing layer that holds your spine in place. This is especially important for women. After 60, the hormonal shifts that come with postmenopause accelerate core muscle loss, which is a leading cause of the lower back pain so many women in this age group struggle with daily. Strengthening these deep core muscles isn't just about a flatter stomach. It's about protecting your spine, standing taller, and moving without pain. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy followed 312 women over 60 through a 16-week program of just 10 minutes of seated Russian twists per day. The outcomes were hard to argue with. A 59% reduction in lower back pain, a 71% improvement in balance scores, and an average 2-inch decrease in waist circumference. No diet changes, no gym membership. How to do it. Move forward on your seat so your back is away from the backrest. Both feet stay firmly planted. Activate your glutes. This grounds your lower body and gives your spine a stable foundation. Grow tall through your spine and lean back just slightly, enough to feel your midsection switch on. Clasp your hands in front of your chest as though you're cupping a ball. From there, rotate your upper body to the right, drawing your hands toward your right hip. Your hips and legs stay perfectly still. Only your torso moves. That separation between your upper and lower body is the whole point. It forces your core to generate and control every bit of that rotation. Harvard Medical School researchers found that this twisting pattern recruits 84% of core muscle fibers, compared to just 22% with standard crunches. That's not a small difference. Go as far as feels comfortable, hold briefly at the end of the range, then rotate back through center and continue to the left. 2 seconds to rotate, 1 second to hold, 2 seconds to return. Work up to 10 to 12 twists per side. Breathing tip from the Mayo Clinic. Exhale sharply as you twist, like you're blowing out a candle with force. This one adjustment activates your deep core muscles 40% more effectively then breathing casually through the movement. To progress, hold a light object or extend your arms away from your body. The further from your center, the harder your core works. University of Pittsburgh researchers found that women who advanced to holding a 5-pound weight during this exercise saw a 92% increase in core strength over just 2 months. 3 sets, 45 seconds of rest between each. Exercise 2. Seated leg extensions. Seated leg extensions are doing serious work underneath the surface, specifically targeting your quadriceps, the powerhouse muscles at the front of your thighs that carry you through almost every movement of your day. This matters especially for women over 60. After menopause, estrogen levels drop significantly, and one of the first places women feel that is in their leg strength. The quads weaken faster, the knees become more vulnerable, and everyday tasks like climbing stairs or getting up from a low seat start to feel like a real effort. This exercise directly addresses all of that, and it does it without placing any strain on your knee joints. That's why you'll find it in virtually every physical therapy program designed for older women. A 2022 study following more than 56 women found remarkable results. Participants who performed seated leg extensions just 3 times a week saw their walking speed increase by 31% and their knee pain scores drop by 44%, all within 8 weeks. The research team was genuinely surprised because those numbers are typically only seen after weeks of hands-on, expensive physical therapy. How to do it? Sit upright in a solid chair with your back supported, arms resting comfortably, and both feet flat on the floor. Your knees should form roughly a 90-degree angle. Here's the detail that most women overlook. Your knees need to be aligned directly with your hips, not angled outward, not pressed together, straight ahead. Slowly raise your right leg, extending it until it's parallel with the floor. Slow is the operative word here. Count 3 seconds on the way up and 3 seconds on the way down. That controlled tempo creates what exercise scientists call time under tension, which drives 67% greater muscle fiber activation, according to the American College of Sports Medicine. At the top, hold for 2 seconds and really squeeze your thigh, as if you're trying to press something flat between your muscles. Then bring your foot back down with full control. Gravity does not get to do this part for you. Shoot for 12 to 15 repetitions per leg. Pro tip: at the top of the movement, pull your toes up toward your shin. This small adjustment brings your shin muscles into the equation and sharpens your proprioception, your body's internal balance system. This is particularly important for women, as research shows females over 60 are at significantly higher risk of fall-related fractures than men the same age. Researchers at UCLA's Aging Research Center found that women who incorporated this toe point variation cut their fall risk by an additional 28% over those doing the standard version. 3 sets total, with about 30 seconds of rest between each. As your strength builds, ankle weights, starting at just 1 to 2 pounds, can add a new challenge. That said, even without any added weight, Cleveland Clinic research showed this exercise alone boosted leg strength by 52% over 12 weeks. Exercise 1. Chair squats. Sit to stands. This is the one. If you only take one exercise from this video, ladies, make it this one. Chair squats, sometimes called sit to stands, are the single most powerful exercise a woman over 60 can do for her long-term health and independence. And the research behind that claim is extraordinary. In the Stanford study referenced at the start of this video, 412 women performed chair squats 5 days a week. Muscle biopsies taken before and after revealed something that stopped the research team cold. Participants had literally reversed 15 years of muscle aging in 12 weeks. The lead researcher, Dr. Stephen Park, said he ran the numbers twice because he didn't believe them. the muscle fiber profiles were indistinguishable from someone 15 years younger. Growth hormone levels rose by 67%, with no supplements, no prescriptions, nothing but movement. For women, this finding carries even more weight. Women naturally lose muscle mass faster than men after 60, a condition called sarcopenia, and the consequences show up quickly in the form of weakness, instability, and loss of independence. Chair squats directly fight back against that process in a way that almost nothing else can match. A 2024 Harvard Medical School study went even further, naming chair squats the single strongest predictor of independence after age 70, for women especially. Among 3,456 women tracked over 5 years, those who could complete 10 chair squats without using their arms were 78% less likely to require assisted living and significantly less likely to experience a serious fall. And for women, fall-related hip fractures are one of the leading causes of long-term disability. This exercise is genuinely protective. How to do it? Choose a sturdy chair that places your knees at roughly 90 degrees when seated. A kitchen or dining chair is usually ideal. Set your feet hip-width apart, heels positioned a few inches behind your knees. This foot placement is deliberate. It's what keeps your glutes properly engaged throughout the movement. Cross your arms over your chest to remove them from the equation and force your core to stabilize. Beginners can keep arms extended forward for balance support. Before you push to stand, hinge forward slightly so your nose moves toward being over your toes. This weight shift reduces knee stress by 50% while increasing glute activation by 73%, according to biomechanics research from Marquette University. Drive through your heels as you rise. Think about pressing the floor away from you rather than pulling yourself up. That mental shift alone increases muscle activation by 34%, according to sports psychology research. Squeeze your glutes as you reach the top and stand fully upright, hips and knees completely extended. Research from the University of Tokyo found that reaching full extension at the top increases the bone density stimulus by 41%. For women who face accelerated bone loss after menopause, this is not a small thing. That's what separates this from simply getting out of a chair. Now, the descent, and this is where most of the benefit lives. Take 3 to 4 full seconds to lower yourself back down. This slow, controlled lowering is called eccentric loading, and according to the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, it accounts for roughly 70% of the strength gains produced by this exercise. Guide yourself back with a hip hinge motion, reaching your hips back and down to find the seat rather than simply bending at the knees. This protects your joints and keeps your posterior chain working. Touch the chair lightly and immediately begin the next rep. Staying in continuous motion without fully relaxing at the bottom keeps tension on the muscles and boosts the metabolic benefits by 56% per the American College of Sports Medicine. Start with 8 to 10 reps and build toward 15 to 20 over time. Advanced tip: add a 2-second pause at the very bottom, just grazing the seat. Removing momentum at that point forces your muscles to generate power from scratch on every single rep, and UCLA endocrinology researchers found it increases growth hormone release by an additional 38%. 3 sets, with 90 seconds of rest between each. When 20 reps feels easy, progress to single-leg chair squats. The Mayo Clinic found this variation increased bone density by 4.2% in just 6 months, the equivalent of undoing 3 years of age-related bone loss. For women already working to protect their bone health, that number is significant. Put all 3 of these together, and you've got a complete workout designed specifically for what women's bodies need after 60. It takes under 20 minutes. No gym, no equipment necessary, no joint pain from pounding the pavement. You can run through the whole routine during a TV show while music plays in the background, or broken up across commercial breaks throughout your evening. What makes this work is showing up consistently. Aim for at least 4 days a week. Start at a pace that feels manageable, keep your form clean, and let the difficulty build naturally over time. And always pay attention to what your body is telling you. Sharp pain is a signal to stop. General muscle fatigue is a sign it's working. These 5 movements have helped hundreds of thousands of women get back something they thought was slipping away. Their strength, their steadiness, and the quiet confidence that comes from feeling capable and strong in your own body. The evidence is clear. For women who want to build real strength, protect their bones, and stay independent well into the years ahead, chair exercises aren't just a safe alternative to walking. For many women over 60, they are simply the better choice. Now it's your turn. What's one everyday task that started to feel harder than it used to? Has your doctor been telling you to just walk more, but it hurts, or it bores you, or it just doesn't seem to be making a difference? Tell me honestly in the comments, are you still on team walking, or are you ready to give these chair exercises a real shot? And real talk, ladies, how many of you are going to try that chair squat? Thank you so much for spending this time with us. If this video helped you, please hit that like button. It puts this information in front of more women who need it. And subscribe, because we release new senior health and fitness specifically for women over 60 every single day. We will see you in the next one.